So when I came out to Colorado Springs in '08, after coming out of that desert experience, my first step back into ministry, God made it clear we're going to do this again, but we're going to do it so differently. And this whole idea of story and rescue, and that we're all broken people, and that Jesus came to do more than forgive us. He came to heal us. He came to, redeem us, restore us, set our captive hearts free. So, what does that look like? He wants to address the brokenness in our stories, not just the things that we've done, the sin that we've committed. We don't have to think long and hard to figure out what that is, but the things that have been done to us, said to us, and said about us that has very much shaped who we are too. And that's the place in our lives where the enemy establishes these footholds and strongholds, and kind of tends to dominate in our stories. And so Discovery Church immediately, I mean, the church was failing; it was going under. I even had a leader say to me in my first month or two here, "Hey, why don't we just close this church?
Wow.
I drive past 12 churches every week to get here." And I was like, man, with all due respect, I did move my family across the country to close a church, to have a
Amen.
funeral for a
Amen.
church. And
Amen.
so, yeah, so, that's a lot of the difference of Discovery comes from my story. Now, I will tell you this interesting part of my story that is not even in the book. I don't think it is. I get out here, I preach my first sermon as a pastor, and the next day, on a Monday, the search committee chairman came by and asked to talk to me. Well, long story short, he tells me that the church did not know that I crashed as a pastor before.
Whoa.
And yeah, whoa, I was a little more than whoa. And I was like,
Oh,
what are you talking about? He said, well,
what?
we thought you should tell them. So in my fifth week in September of '08, I told the church my story, and half the church left over the next 3 months.
Wow.
So it was a defining moment. It was brutal. It looked like we wouldn't make it. But I will tell you this, the people who stayed after they heard my story, and those people are still there today for the most part,
Yeah.
40, 50 people that are still part of Discovery Church, they really rallied around this idea that we're all broken people,
Yeah.
and that we all have stories, and we're all hopeless without Jesus. And so it was kind of like, hey, let's lock arms and be a safe
Mm.
place for all people to bring their stories in here, as messy it's going to be. Let's be a mass unit on the front lines of the battle, just there to we're not experts, we're not scholars, we're not theologians. We
Yep.
are there to help
Yep.
stop the bleeding and get people to the help they need.
Yep.
And his name happens to be Jesus. And so that's how it all came together for Discovery to become the church that it is today.